Conservative new media viewers and boxing fans around the world, what's going on? It's me, Paul F. Villarreal, PFV, and we're here to talk about Gennady Golovkin's destruction of Matthew Macklin, which just took place about 15 minutes ago on HBO television here in the United States. Look, there's been a lot of doubts about GGG, as Golovkin is nicknamed. A lot of doubters, a lot of skeptics saying that Golovkin's been fighting against smaller guys, second-tier guys. Look, Matthew Macklin, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's the greatest fighter who ever lived, but he's a tough guy who is a legitimate big middleweight. And Golovkin went right through him like a hot knife through butter. Round one, it was almost over in the first round. We've seen this with Golovkin before. Guys just cannot stand up to his power. And Macklin almost was gone quickly in this fight. Macklin himself did land a nice right hand in an exchange in which I believe Golovkin landed his own right hand. And GGG acknowledged it, kind of shook his head like, yeah, that was a pretty good punch. You got me on that. But it didn't do anything to him at all. Second round, more of the same thing. Macklin did land a nice right hand in this round, later in the round. I want to say with about 45 seconds left. And it kind of stopped Golovkin for just a second. I'm not going to say he was hurt, but it kind of like just stopped him in his tracks, made him think about coming straight in directly. Those were probably the only two meaningful punches that Macklin landed in the whole fight. And Macklin is a big puncher. He's a guy with heavy hands. Golovkin had like no respect for his power at all. I mean, this guy just is destroying people. Third round, Macklin went kind of all out, just started free swinging, looked like he had a little bit of momentum, and then he ran out of gas, and Golovkin just pinned him up against the ropes and ended it with a body shot, left hand to the ribs, and just Macklin went down like a sack of potatoes, and he couldn't beat the 10 count, and he was down for a while after the bell rang. KO victory for GGG, Gennady Golovkin. Look, I don't know who's going to beat this guy. I don't know who's going to last the whole fight with this guy. This is the 14th straight stoppage victory for him. There's been talk about Sergio Martinez. Look, I love Sergio Martinez. Sergio Martinez is pretty old. What is he? He's at least 37 years old, I believe. I'm not sure that Sergio Martinez wants to step into the ring at 37 years old with GGG. That might not be the best decision that Sergio Martinez and his camp could make. We'll see. Certainly Sergio's a tough guy. He's mentally strong. He's not afraid of anybody, but I just don't know if that's a wise choice. Daniel Gill from Australia, could he defeat Golovkin? I don't know. I don't know a lot about Gill. I haven't seen him fight a lot. I don't know if he's got the physical tools to be able to stand up to Golovkin. And the other guy is Peter Quinlan, a.k.a. Kid Chocolate from the USA. He's, I believe, said before that he wants to fight Golovkin. So maybe that's the next thing. Right now, it doesn't look like... I don't know if anybody is at Golovkin's level when you put the whole package together. Technique, poise, power, confidence. He had supreme confidence in this fight. He had it right from the beginning. Even though Macklin's a good fighter with heavy hands, I mean, he was on the attack, on the hunt, right from the beginning. And whoever's going to beat Golovkin is going to have some real power or a incredible chin or both. And it was impressive, man. I've watched a lot of his fights. I've watched a lot of clips of his, and I've seen a lot of guys like this coming up. They look amazing, but you're not sure if they're going to look that good once you put them in with serious competition. Matthew Macklin is a legit, real, first-tier middleweight. I'm not saying he's a title holder or whatever, but he's a serious guy with big power. And he got torn apart. Just destroyed. So that is the headline here. Gennady Golovkin destroys Matthew Macklin in 3 rounds. The whole world saw it on HBO and around the world. What's next? You tell us below in the comments below. I want to know who's going to beat this guy. Who's going to give this guy a serious test? Maybe another thing that'll work well against Golovkin is speed. He doesn't seem like the fastest guy in the world, so maybe you can beat him with speed because I don't think you're going to be able to outpower him. And he seems to have a solid chin. I mean, Macklin hit him with a couple. Those right hands were right on the button, and Macklin has power. And Golovkin took them pretty well, and it hardly was even phased. Like I said, the one in the second round, he stopped for a second, like, okay, maybe I better not just run in to finish this fight. Maybe I'll walk in. Other than that, it didn't do a lot to him. So, GGG is legit. We will put information and stories about this fight as soon as we can in the video description below the video player. Look for that. The stories about the fight as soon as they come in. This is very shortly after the fight as I'm making this video. This was impressive. It was good. Boxing needs new stars. And it needs new stars with power. Preferably with power. Power fighters. Lucas Matisse, Broner, these guys, they're exciting. They can hit. And I think that's something that boxing definitely could use right now. So Golovkin is the real deal, folks. If you weren't sure about him, be sure about him now. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who he's going to fight next. Maybe he talked about it after the fight. I didn't get to see that. I just went right to making this video. But right now, we're just looking for him to have a competitive fight because that hasn't happened in a while. So that's it for now. I am Paul F. Villarreal. Thanks for watching Conservative New Media. We will talk to you soon and eager to hear what you thought about this fight in the comments below. Take care.